Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Stage all set for polling for Rajasthan Assembly Elections tomorrow. Political parties gear up for final showdown ahead of Telangana Assembly polls. Afghanistan Embassy announces permanent closure of its diplomatic mission in New Delhi. 4-day truce between Israel and Hamas comes into effect. Hamas to release first group of hostages today. In badminton, men's singles player HS Prannoy and doubles pair of Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty to play the quarterfinal matches of China Masters today. And Indian boxing contingent to start the campaign at the Junior World Championships in Armenia. All arrangements have been put in place for the assembly elections in Rajasthan tomorrow. Voting will be held for 199 assembly seats from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. There are a total of 200 assembly seats in the state. However, election on one seat has been postponed due to the death of a candidate. With the campaigning ending yesterday, all eyes are now on the Election Commission. A total of 51,507 polling stations have been set up and about 275,000 polling personnel have been deployed in the state. Chief Electoral Officer Praveen Gupta has informed that live webcasting will be conducted at more than 26,000 polling stations. Over 1 lakh security personnel have also been deployed to ensure peaceful polling. Voters are required to carry voter election photo identity cards with them at the polling booth. In case of not having a voter ID card, people will also be able to cast a vote by showing 12 alternative documents authorized by the Election Commission of India. The poll panel has given instructions to ensure basic minimum facilities for voters at every polling booth. Our correspondent reports that special arrangements have been made at the polling stations to make voting easy and comfortable for Divyang electors.
Ramp facility has been ensured to reach the polling rooms at all the polling stations. Besides, trained sign language assistants will also be available. Such voters will be given the opportunity to vote on priority basis. A dummy ballot sheet written in Braille will be provided to visually impaired voters by the presiding officer, through which they will be able to know the serial number of the candidate, their name and their respective political parties. Apart from these facilities, disabled and visually impaired electors have been provided the facility to take along with them a person above 18 years of age as an assistant if necessary. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
In the run-up to the Telangana Assembly election, major parties including BJP, Congress and left parties are gearing up for the final showdown. Top BJP leaders including Union Ministers Amit Shah and Rajnath Singh and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma will be campaigning in the state today. Mr. Shah will address a public meeting in Armoor and hold road shows in Rajendra Nagar, Seri Lingampalli and Amberpet. Mr. Rajnath Singh will be holding a road show at Medchal and Karwa constituency. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will campaign in the state for 3 days tomorrow onwards. Congress star campaigner Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will be campaigning in Palkurti, Husanabad, Paler, Satupalli and Madhira today and tomorrow. The 119-member state legislative assembly will go to polls on the 30th of this month. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that engagements between India and Australia extend from sea to space, covering all possible areas. Dr. Jaishankar was virtually addressing the 6th edition of the Australia-India Leadership Dialogue AILD today.
Our engagements extend from sea to space, covering all possible areas such as defense and security, cyber and critical technology, trade and economic, science and technology and innovations, education and people-to-people ties. Even our bonds of cricket have strengthened further, though not always to India's advantage. It was fantastic to see so many Australian women cricketers take part, some even captain teams in the first ever hugely successful women's IPL.
The External Affairs Minister said that another driving force of India-Australian relationship is the convergence in an understanding of and approach to the geostrategic environment, particularly in a common Indo-Pacific region.
In this complicated world, it is the bharosa or trust between like-minded partners such as India and Australia, along with others, that is helping us in our efforts to secure a free, open, peaceful and prosperous Indo-Pacific region along with a rules-based international order.
Rescue teams are working on a war footing to evacuate 41 workers trapped in the collapsed Silkiara tunnel in Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand. The team is trying to insert an 800mm diameter horizontal pipe inside the tunnel to rescue trapped workers in the tunnel. After crossing the sunken part of the tunnel, this pipe will reach the trapped workers, and with the help of this pipe, they will be evacuated. Our correspondent has the details.
Rescue operation continue on war footing in the collapsed Silkiara tunnel. With the help of auger machine, drilling work can start at any time. It is expected that if the machine does not find any blockage, then all the workers will be evacuated by this evening. To complete the operation expeditiously, ONGC, SJVNL, RVNL, NHIDCL and TSTs have been assigned specific responsibilities. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami is in Uttarkashi for the last 2 days and is continuously taking stock of the rescue operations. On the other hand, the relatives of the workers are also present at the incident side, and they have expressed satisfaction over the efforts being made by the central and state government. Sanjeev Sundaryal, Akashvani News, Dehradun.
A part of the under construction tunnel from Silkiara to Barkot collapsed due to landslide on the 12th of this month, following which 41 labourers were trapped inside. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha laid wreaths at the mortal remains of Captain Shubham Gupta, Captain M.V. Pranjal, Lance Naik Sanjay Visht and paratrooper Sachin Lord, who made the supreme sacrifice for the nation on Wednesday, fighting terrorists during an encounter. General Officer Commanding-in-Chief Northern Command Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi, Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police R.R. Swine and other senior army and police officers also paid tributes to the brave hearts. The Indian Army personnel lost their lives during an encounter with terrorists at Kalakot forest of Rajouri district on Wednesday. Speaking to media persons after paying his last tributes to soldiers, General Officer Commanding-in-Chief Northern Command Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi today said some of the terrorists who have crossed over into India from across the border are retired Pakistani soldiers. He said troops also eliminated 2 dreaded terrorists and added that gunning down of the dreaded terrorist has dealt a major blow to the terror ecosystem and Pakistan.
हमारे रोमियो फोर्स के जवान और 9 पैरा के जवानों ने मिलकर ये जो कार्रवाई की है, इसमें 2 शहादत तो हुई है, लेकिन हमने 2 खूंखार आतंकवादियों का खात्मा किया है। हमारे बहादुर जवानों ने प्राणों की चिंता न करते हुए भी ये सराहनीय कार्य किया, और अगर ये ऐसे ही चलता रहा कार्रवाई तो 1 साल के अंदर हम इसको भी बहुत अच्छे से कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे।
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Embassy of Afghanistan has announced permanent closure of its diplomatic mission in New Delhi. In a statement, the embassy expressed firm belief that the decision to close the mission and to transfer the custodial authority of the mission to the host country is in the best interest of Afghanistan. It extended gratitude to the people of India for their support and assistance to Afghanistan over the past 22 years. A 4-day truce between Israel and Palestinian terror group Hamas came into effect today, setting the stage for the exchange of dozens of hostages held by terrorists in Gaza in return for Palestinians imprisoned by Israel. Giving details about it, mediator Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari said, on the first day a group of 13 Israeli women and child hostages will be released from Gaza later. Israel has confirmed that it has received an initial list of names of people who will be released from Gaza. Israel and Hamas came to an agreement to a ceasefire for at least 4 days to allow humanitarian aid into conflict-hit Gaza and the release of at least 50 hostages held by terrorists in the enclave in exchange for at least 150 Palestinians imprisoned in Israel. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar will inaugurate the Global Professional Accountants Convention at Mahatma Mandir at Gandhinagar in Gujarat today. More than 4,000 delegates from over 25 countries will take part in the 3-day event and discuss various aspects to shape the future of the accountancy profession at the global level. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and ICAI President Aniket Sunil Talati will also be present in the inaugural session. The 54th International Film Festival of India, IFFI, is screening 7 recently restored Indian movies under Restored Classics section in Goa. These include 3 iconic Bollywood films: Guide, directed by Vijay Anand; Hakikat, directed by Chetan Anand; and 20 Saal Baad, directed by Viren Nag. We have a report.
4 regional language films that are being shown by IFFI under Restored Classics are Bengali movie Vidyapati, Marathi film Shyamachi Ai, Telugu film Patal Bhairavi, and Bengali film Chorus. In addition to this, 3 internationally restored films are also being showcased in this section. These include The Exorcist Extended Director's Cut by William Friedkin, Twilight by George Fair, and Sergei Parajanov's Shadows of Forgotten Ancestors. Restoration and digitization of old films is an ambitious program initiated across the globe of late. Nearly 6,000 films, including documentaries, are being preserved under the National Film Heritage Mission in India, with Ashok Shukla, Shruti Ojha, Akashvani News, Goa.
IFFI's specially curated package of Goan films will be showcased from today. Konkani film Gathan, directed by Dinesh P. Bhosle, will be the opening film of the package. The Consultative Committee of the Ministry of Steel discussed the first ever initiative to introduce labelling and branding of steel sector's products in the global market. Apart from making Indian steel products more attractive to buyers, this would also ensure standardized quality of goods. Chairing the meeting held in New Delhi yesterday, Union Minister for Steel Jyotir Aditya Scindia highlighted the significance of branding to promote the Indian steel industry and realizing the Prime Minister's Make in India brand vision. The minister informed that the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, has been engaged to design the labels. Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra is going on in different parts of the country. Under the Yatra, the information, education and communication vans, with the aim to generate awareness regarding the central government's flagship welfare programs and policies, are reaching every corner of the country. Joint Secretary in Culture Ministry Uma Nanduri reviewed the saturation of various government programs in connection with Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra with officials of Yanam region of Puducherry. 17 schemes meant for urban areas during the Yatra were discussed in detail. She directed officials to give top priority in implementing government schemes to the people at the grassroots. The Martyrdom Day of Guru Tegh Bahadur has been observed today. The 9th Guru of Sikhs stood up against the Mughals and was executed on the orders of Aurangzeb in 1675. President Draupadi Murmu paid homage to Guru Tegh Bahadur on his Martyrdom Day. In a message, the President said, Guru Tegh Bahadur sacrificed his life for the protection of human values and rights. The President expressed hope that his teachings will instill the spirit of nationalism in all of us. In badminton, Indian pair of Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty will take on Indonesia's Leo Rolly Carnendo and Daniel Martin in the men's doubles quarterfinals of China Masters today. In another quarterfinal match, India's ace shuttler HS Prannoy will take on Japan's Kodai Naroka in the men's singles event. Indian boxing contingent will start their campaign at the IBA Junior World Championships at Yerevan in Armenia today. The event is featuring 448 young boxers from 58 nations competing in 26 weight categories. The Indian squad recently showed impressive performance at the 2023 Asian Youth and Junior Championships where they won 21 medals. In cricket, India defeated Australia by 2 wickets in the first T20 international of the 5-match series in Visakhapatnam last night. The next match of the series will be played on Sunday at Thiruvananthapuram. India is playing with a different squad in the bilateral series, with most players from the team of the just concluded Men's World Cup given a rest. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Stage all set for polling for Rajasthan Assembly Elections tomorrow. Political parties gear up for final showdown ahead of Telangana Assembly polls. Afghanistan embassy announces permanent closure of its diplomatic mission in New Delhi. 4-day truce between Israel and Hamas comes into effect. Hamas to release first group of hostages today. In badminton, men's singles player HS Prannoy and doubles pair of Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty to play the quarterfinal matches of China Masters today. And Indian boxing contingent to start the campaign at the Junior World Championships in Armenia. And with that, we end the midday news.